Sorry, guys. Sorry, my bad. My bad. I'm already 20 minutes late, and I'm already, like putting on mute. I don't even, I don't even know why it was a mute. Big up everybody by letting me know. By the way, yeah, guys. Fozzie's doing a lot of streams. No rest. Straight from work, straight to streams, etc. You know what I mean? Yeah, StreamYard is a crazy place, guys. I'm sorry if I'm always on mute when I start, and I should be looking at the actual chat. So it's it is what it is. I'm wait. I've just woken up, and after doing a stream late last night after work, 12-hour shift, doing a stream, waking up, trying to do it for you guys. I'm meant to be here at 10 o'clock. It is what it is. I might even do another stream later on. It depends if the guest is gonna come as well. So pause. Yeah. So there's a lot of things. I've been doing a lot of things recently, and I like it. Listen, I like going on streams and all that stuff. I thought, like, why don't I reach out to my brothers, like Hussam and Judge Bo, and 12th Man I go on, Quasi show I go on, and Irishman I go on as well. Yeah. So and Uncle Rods and all that stuff. So why not, start going out like I used to when I first started, if I'm gonna go with this new way of thinking. But the thing is, it means I have to watch a lot of football. The only thing at the moment I'm watching is Liverpool Football Club, so it's difficult for me to have the time. But then I realized I do a lot of night shifts, so I could watch Monday night footballs. The weekend I'll be fine. I could do football in the weekends as well because it's not a lot of people at work, so I could bring my laptop and watch football as well. But it's not bad, to be honest. Like if 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 I've got what if I say what I'm saying at the moment and I'm not watching football, probably watching clips or highlights of games, the knowledge is not bad, is it really? I mean, so it's minimal knowledge, but still I know how every team plays and what they use to win games and all that stuff. So yeah, man. So I thought, not just Liverpool, go other teams and maybe the top five, and then you could discuss other teams below that as time goes on to prolong the shows as well. Yeah. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Let me just put it that way. Rebranded. So I said my name, Fuzzy TV. So I'm being me. I'm going to do a lot of watch-alongs as well. It doesn't have to be just one football club. It could be anybody as well, man. Big up on the chat as well. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in, man. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I saw a lot of civil wars going on YouTube the other day, and I'm not a big fan of every Liverpool fan, but it is what it is. I'm not here to criticize, everybody about their opinions or anything like that. But it was good. I saw the Matt show, Matt from Coppish TV. He brought all the YouTubers out there that are big influencers on YouTube, which I like, man. I like something like that. Then I saw the Troops, one with Terry and Lee. It was madness, man. Yeah. And the way they talked about certain people. I know Jess. I mean, I work with her in Judge Mo's channel. What they said about her, man, is just, oh man, it's disgraceful, man. I did not like that, man. I did not like that. Because if you actually speak to the lady, she's a very, very nice lady, and she knows her football, if you know what I mean. And calling her all those sorts of names, it was just uncalled for, and that should have been stopped. If someone is not there to defend themselves, don't do that. Don't do things like that, man. Come on, man. Not only that, these are grown ass men. You know what I mean? One of them is in his 40s, and the other one I think is reaching for. I don't know if he's in his 40s or below the 40 age. It was just weird, man. Like seeing that one, the way they call that with all those names. And then I see the same guy talk about other YouTubers as well, and the ones I work with especially, and start criticizing them for using certain things that doesn't even belong to him. You know what I mean? It's weird. The judgment on YouTube is very, very strange, and it's something. Um, I don't know if they meant. I don't know if it's acting or if it's real, but it's all weird. It's very, very strange. And that Faz guy, the Man United fan that works with Saeed, oh my god, he started the whole thing with Lee and Terry, and he just sat back and let them argue. And afterwards, he tried to come in and try to say, oh, we do want to speak about these things and all that stuff while he was enjoying watching it in the beginning. It's weird. It's very, very strange, man. But other than that, it's been terrible for Liverpool, innit? It's been great for Arsenal. It's been great for Man City. It's been great for Sunderland. It's been great for Man United, Chelsea. These teams are like doing well. They're above us, majority of them, and that's the thing we've got to like look at as well. I mean, yesterday I was on Don Hussam's channel, was discussing about Liverpool Football Club. A lot of rows, man. Some of the languages, like I had to like just stop, man. What the hell are we doing? Even Rax, the coolest guy on the panel, I started swearing. Don't put that in my fucking mouth. It's like a Will Smith thing going on here, man. And then Lex said, "Fuck this." I was like, wow. Oh, swearing's going on someone else's channel. It was, it was madness. I think everybody's just. I think it's to do with the club at the moment. We're talking about Liverpool. I think it's to do with Liverpool now. Like there's too many people angry everywhere. I'm upset. Don't get me wrong, but I've got my limits. If you know what I mean. I've seen worse Liverpool teams in the past than what we have now. You can't call this the worst. This is one of the best squads I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean, since I've been supporting. Well, next year in January is going to be 40 years since I could remember football. 40 years, guys. Like, that's a long time, man. So if you look at it that way, I think people are over the top sometimes, and they need to calm down a bit. Just understand, sometimes when you look at Liverpool, it's self. How do you say it? Like the manager is doing this to himself. You know what I mean? It's like a self extermination. Like he's gonna probably get sacked if it continues like this very, very soon, unless he changes it. Not everybody is out. Even the people said that out. It doesn't mean out. They want him to change. They want him to do something different and show us like we could win again. We're only 8 points behind Arsenal, so show us something that can reach that. We could progress with a formation, a tactics, something that can give us some light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I want to see. Nobody's like out. They just want him to change. Put some tactics on the pitch. We can't go to away to Man City and get dominated like that. But this is not even prime Man City. That's the worst part of it. You can't go on things like that. So it's just like changing, and his refusal to change. That's the biggest issue everybody has. Even the ones who are in Arne Slot is, the Arne Slot's inners. They even say the same thing. Just they have their own reservation against him, but they just want to change on the pitch. Oh man! Sometimes Premier League winning the Premier League can save your job. But how long can that last? That's the thing. We've spent $500 million on this team. So what's next? I'm not here going to bring you out drawings of the tactics and all that stuff. I think we've seen enough of that in the recent times. But he's just got to change as a coach, man, and show us something that we can like look up to and have hope at least, because it doesn't look like we've got any hope at the moment, guys. We're all over the place. I saw this yesterday, guys, with Grizz and Mons and all that stuff. Well, the day before with Mons and that. And obviously, all the panel, obviously, I know all of them. Good guys, every one of them. You know what I mean? Even I don't agree with a lot of Grizz Khan's point of views. He showed up in the chat before and here. I just think he's a safe fan, like a safe. Like there's never a negative. If it's a negative, it's without effort. If you know what I mean, that's how I see him when he speaks, and he doesn't represent me. You know what I mean? I don't know how long he supported Liverpool for. I don't know how old he is. He looks a bit. Listen, there's people that look like that, and they're younger than me, so I don't know. I don't know how old he is. But when people say he represents everybody, maybe in YouTube sense, you know what I mean, the ones who look up to him, but he doesn't represent me. He doesn't represent, people that's been watching Liverpool for years and years and years and years and years. You know what I mean? And game goers travel with the Liverpool Football Club abroad. I honestly think he's safe because he's got this thing in regards to trying to make it as a football reporter kind of way, if you know what I mean. He wants to be in and around the football club and not say a bad thing about the football club, so he will work for them or something along those lines. That's how I see it when I look at him, because he's always positive. I mean, there's nothing to be positive about what you're watching right now. I mean, and a few seasons ago when FSG didn't want to spend money, there's nothing to be positive about. You want your club to be the best, and especially if you're an older fan like himself, he should know where Liverpool are. He should know Liverpool is the biggest club in England, instead of like falling for the trap of other fans saying Liverpool are not the biggest club in England. We are. We've always been. Man United were at one time 7 titles. Liverpool was at 18. That distance has never happened between us, other than us doing that to Man United. Now we're back on 20 with them. We had to win league titles to get back with them when we had more trophies in regards to the major ones, apart from the FA Cup. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And sometimes when people talk about the commercial side of it, I don't give a fuck about commercial. No, I don't think any of you guys do either. We're here for footballing reasons, not commercial reasons. I can't imagine going to Anfield. Oh, how much tickets did they sell today? You know what I mean? What sponsorships are we getting? We don't say things like that. We go to watch football. I mean, how do we judge on the greatest players of all time? Because of footballing reasons. If you're judging players on their ability, then you should judge football on their trophies. And that's what we do. So I don't understand this commercial nonsense that comes into a team and, oh, they're bigger because they got the biggest fan base and all that stuff. Real Madrid don't say that. Real Madrid just say, put your trophies on the table. Simple as that. And then you have to show that. Simple as that. That's why Real Madrid is the greatest club that ever existed, because they put their trophies on the table. So should we. We just fall for the trap of rival fans telling us, oh, man, they're bigger because commercially they're bigger. Well, if you put the trophies on the table, who's bigger? That's what we're all here for at the end of the day. I don't, like I said, every season we want Liverpool to win a trophy. We want to be the best. That's what we're here for. Not for finance reasons. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's crazy. But let's listen to this as we go on. But let me get to the chat, man. I appreciate everybody that's on. Sorry I'm late. I'm not normally late, but it's just too many streams. But I like it. Let me just put it that way. It was good conversation yesterday. I don't hold my own all the time. I don't talk a lot. I know, guys, but I haven't been on the panel shows for years, innit? So when we first started, all of us, we was always on the panel shows. You know what I mean? I've seen people improve in the panel shows nowadays and hold their own on the panel shows. So I have got to find my way in that, and I'm restarting for some reason. But I know my takes on football, so I'll try, improve and have more say and make more sense. If you know what I mean. If you do 12-hour shifts and then you rush on to do a stream, it's tough, guys, because you're tired. You're mentally tired already from exhaustion, from being exhausted from work. I mean, 12 hours is a big number. That's half a day of your life. So I'm coming back straight away to do a stream when I finish my job. So I got to do thinking again in regards to football now, not work, football. So yeah, it's tough, but I'll find a balance somehow one day. Please like, share, subscribe, guys. Appreciate everybody. So big up, Nick, man. I saw your shows, bro. Killing it, man. Absolutely killing it, man. Big support of you, bro. Thanks for that, man. Hello, my friend. Big up, Clive. You asked for the show. I'm here, bro. I'll join you for a bit if you like. Oh, yeah. Let me send it to you, bro. Let me send it to you. Yeah. Let me send it to you. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to come on, I'll send it to your Twitter, I think. Yeah, we could discuss, what we're looking at right now as well, if you want, bro. Yeah, big up, Nick, man. Yeah, Mike. Mike is killing it on the shows. I think he's the best at the slot out thing at the moment. He makes a lot of great points. So you can't really argue with the guy. Yeah, he's amazing at the moment, man. American Mike. Yeah. I'll send it to your Twitter, yeah, bro, if you don't join. What's happening? I don't know what's going on. Let me do it through my phone. Yeah, but yeah, big up everybody, man. Big up everybody. Big up Jason, man. See you on a few shows. Yeah, man. I'll try my best. Big up True Dawn. Sorry about that, guys. It is what it is, isn't it? You don't set yourself up very well, and that happens. Let me get Nick on, man. Let me see. Where am I? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you know, with these shows, it's tough, guys. Honestly, like doing a lot of stuff at one time or trying to make sense out of it and all that. But yeah, as I was saying, Liverpool is in a bad predicament, but we just gotta get out of it somehow, man. Just gotta get out of it. There you go, Nick. What's going on there? Twitter is a maniac place, man. It's changing a bit. There you go, bro. Hopefully you got it, Nick. Sorry about that. I didn't see your comment. Let me just go to the comments before I start with this video. Just like, share, and subscribe, guys. Appreciate that if you could do that for me. I know. I'm mute. Everybody's mute. I know. No sound. It's Twitter, guys. Every time. I know, bro. I know. I'll read it later. You know what I mean? Normally, but I should look at it in the beginning. To be fair. Yeah, I know. You lose people, innit? Slot out. You know what people ask me about slot out, guys? Like, I sound like I'm slot out, but I can't say slot out because I've never been a manager out in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I said it, I think, not the last or the show before that when they asked me, I think it was Jerry and Mike and Husam. I said, in my era, I was growing up when, you know, ex-Liverpool players and people who was around the club and all that stuff were managers. So it was impossible for us to say, you know, managers out. That's why I don't say it. It sounds like I'm out because I'm having a go at the head coach. But if he changes things and things go right, I'm going to go, you know, saying, come on, Arne Slot, well done. So this is where I am. I can't say out because I've never been out in my life. So even with Roy Hodgson, I can't remember ever saying out or Brendan Rodgers and things like that. That's how I am, guys. I can't change all of a sudden, like, because I sound like I'm out. I have to say he's out all the time. Like, it's not the way. It's not the way of football, guys. Look at Rex, around the same age as me. He doesn't say out. And I think Dean, the one I saw the other day on N's show, it took him a while to say out. Yeah, that generation we were never born with that kind of mentality. That's why we're all like quiet about, you know, saying outs and all that stuff compared to people that just say it freely, just like that. It's not that easy, man. It's not that easy. But I will question the head coach, what he does and what he does wrong and what he does right, because that's how we are. He ain't doing jack shit at the moment, and he's struggling. That's why we say what we say. He's absolutely diabolical at the moment. And the way I stand, it sounds like I'm out, but I haven't said I'm out. It's just questioning his managerial ability. Simple as that. Big up Irishman, bro. Fozzie putting in the graft. Yeah, 100%, bro. It's about time, innit? It's about time, innit? So, yeah, I saw this with Chris Khan and all that stuff. Me, guys, I'm not a fan of his. I've got to be real. It's just not my cup of tea as a football fan. I don't like safe people. I just don't like that. I want people to be honest about things and say it how it is, if you know what I mean. And I don't think he says enough. Let me bring Mr. Nick in, man. I've never worked with him ever. Let me just put it that way. But let me do the template, and I'll sort out his name on there as time goes on. Hopefully, I could. Here he is. Hang on, bro. Let me just sort this out.
Hey, all good, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, hey. Man. I saw your stuff, man. You killed me with it, man. You killed me with it, bro. You know, your stuff is genuinely from the heart, and when I see your channel, the way it's moving, bro, just keep it up, man. Just keep up what you're doing.
You know what it is? Shout out to you, by the way, for having me on and that, and everyone watching and whatnot. You know what it is, bro? I've discovered, like, And this is the best way I can describe it. People might think like, oh, Nick's in the chat, he's gonna clip you up, or he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. If it was literally the case for that, I would be putting out a video every single hour, because there's so much shit that's said out there. I could make 5 minutes on 1,000 videos. It ain't worth the time, bro. I need to see something that I actually think, no, you know what, I actually want to say something. I have something to say about this. When I see some madness happen, I'm like, can you believe this shit? We're meant to be having football conversations, and yet we're going to like personal life stuff. That's what trips me out. I will never understand why. But one thing I will say, people love it, man. I think it's inherently within us to see conflict. That's why we like to see people fighting. As much as we might want to say it's annoying, it's frustrating, realistically, I think everyone loves to see it happen, because there's something in us. We just want to see people like have at it, bro. I don't know what it is, man. I can't describe. It's a primal thing, bro. I think it's primal, honestly.
Yeah, it's a YouTube thing, you know. I don't know if you know a lot about me. I've been here since 2019 doing this, so I see difference in people every single time. Like when I started, it was me, myself, and a guy called Laser. We was doing it for a while together, and then the likes of Hussam and all these guys come after us. And I remember when Hussam first came, he was raw, but now you look at him, he's one of the best I've seen. You know what I mean? So it can change, man. Things can change on YouTube, and you know, for the better for a lot of people and all that stuff. But like you just said about what I see, I don't mention names, but when they talked about Jess the other day on the thing you was watching, I said, why are you talking about that girl, man? You don't know.
It's irrelevant, bro. It's irrelevant, man.
And then they're calling her names, and I said, I worked with this girl, and I even talked to her backstage. She's one of the best human beings I ever met. You know what I mean? She listens and all that stuff, and she's very humble as a person. So calling her out, and well, she can't even defend herself on the channel, bro. That is just a
The thing is as well, like, it's like you cannot like somebody, that's fine, but you don't have to say certain things about them. Like, you know what? I don't know them personally. I don't like how they present themselves on screen, but apart from that, I can't say pretty much, because that's all we have. Our perception of what we look like on screen. Like I said, people look at me, they think, oh, he's gonna clip somebody up. It's like, that's not the case. Bro, I'm in so much chats, and I just watch. I just see what people are saying. Leave it on in the background, do my thing, gym, drive to work, whatever it is. And I'm like, and I see sometimes what people say, I'm like, what possesses someone to say the maddest shit in the chat about somebody because they don't like them? Like, I'll never understand why people love to do that, bro.
Yeah, to me, like when I watch, I say his name. When I watch him, Lee, and that, it seems like a guy who's the judge, the jury, and the executioner. That's how it is to me. Like, it's like YouTube belongs to me, Arsenal belongs to me, and then I'm thinking to myself, bro, like, you're just a fan like the rest of us, you know what I mean? And it's, and you might know a lot because you watch a lot and you got time in your hands to watch a lot, but still, like, respect other people's opinions, because that's how life is, if you know what I mean. And the way he went off afterwards and just left the show without letting, you know, other people explain themselves, it wasn't even nice. You know what I mean? You said what you said, but let other people explain themselves as well. And he does that a lot. When I saw him talk about Judge Mo and Hussam and all that stuff about what they do for, what you call it, the jersey thing. What do you call it? The jersey thing that
the OK jerseys,
OK jersey.
Big up Zero as well.
I said, hang on a second, bro. There's so many other channels that you work with do the same thing, but you're not calling them out. Why are you calling the two, you know, Middle Eastern guys out, but the rest of them you just leave out? I mean, are you scared of the rest of them? Like, you gotta be balancing it out, bro. Call everybody out if you've got that issue. But it doesn't do that, bro, and it's too much of it, in my opinion. I know, like, I'm going off at something, but I was talking about it anyway in the beginning before you came on. And I just don't understand the YouTube world if it's like that.
Bro, you know, like, for me, I've always said I'm a consumer first before I don't even like to call myself a creator. I don't. People might say I create stuff, I keep people, whatever. I'm not that person, right? But as someone that watches a lot, I see a lot of it out there. And it's always like, what did this person say? What did that person say? You look at it in the comment section after. There's a madness. Like, there was a fight between Dan and Aaron, for example, on the Football Terrace, on Straight Facts. And I'm like, let me have a look at this. I looked at it, I was like, why is there such a thing there to be acting like this towards people on the stream if you disagree with them? That's one thing I don't get as well. And you see it in the comments. the comments are basically what I do or what you do if you do a reaction or commentary to something in a video format. That's all it is. Even if I went live, let's read comments, and I'm reading comments on someone else's video. People might say it's cheap content. It is. It's lazy. It is. But it's still content out there. Some people are not going to read comments. I'm doing the same thing by giving my own take and my own opinion with a little bit of sprinkle here and there, maybe perhaps, because there are conversations to be had. Shout out, John. There are conversations to be had, and I'm all about the conversations from the conversations. You can say it's like a meta-analysis, if you will, to use a wankery term, but I like conversations. I like to hear what people said. I agree, I disagree. Okay, I agree here. This is the reason why. I disagree for this reason. Okay, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I can't join these conversations. I'm not good. I've said it for time. I'm not great in full-on panel discussions when people are shouting at one another, because I'm like, what's the point? What are they going to achieve out of me trying to cut them off or them yelling? I don't see the point in that. Having a nice little one-on-one or a 3 or 4 panel show where everyone's taking turns, that's all cool and chill. I don't do panel shows. That's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that.
I haven't done it for years, so I just got back into it recently, and it's different from the time I was there because we all started together.
Man, now, I've seen it. I've seen the progression.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very, very strange. Like, you have basically, you're right. You have to find your place in this, the panel debates and whatever you call it in a way, and it's very rare. Sometimes people can speak. You know what I mean? They talk all over for a long time, but you look at yourself and the show is just left, and then you say, did you actually say enough for you to remain there or come back one day? But you have that doubts, and it shouldn't be like that. Everybody should have a turn, and everybody should be given the time to speak and have their input as well. But it doesn't happen like that anymore for some reason, bro. I swear to you, like when I was back in 2009, Nick, it was different, mate. It was more respectful, because we all started around that time, and it was more like it was more like a chat show than what you see now. Let me just put it that way. Now,
I dabbled as well in like panel shows as well. Like, it's not my first rodeo on YouTube, but it was a part of another group, and it was a bunch of Liverpool fans here in Sydney, Australia. Some people may know the name, perhaps. I don't know if you know if the name Nish rings a bell to you. Nish V, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't follow.
Fan, yeah. Long story short, fan in Australia, links with a lot of people overseas. We're part of like the LFC Day Trippers back in the late 2010s, and then something happened there. Then he splintered off and did his own thing, and then they found me somehow randomly. I can't even remember where, and joined them and whatever. So we did that, and it was a nice conversation. StreamYard, we'll do a show. We used to get 20 listeners, 20 viewers. Like, we used to get buzzy. Yeah, 20 people, let's go. You know what I mean? And now you see people have thousands of people watching them, and you're like, bro, how? Anyways, it was much more calm and chill, but we were not the type to be yelling. It was, what did you think? This might take, I agree, I disagree, you do this, whatever. Nowadays, bro, if you're not jumping on stream, and if there's not someone calling someone out or saying a little sly dig at somebody or their team or whatever, and there's an all-out brawl, it's not a stream anymore. People don't want to watch that shit. Yeah. It's become like Jerry Springer, man. As I said, it is entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. I do like to see some people, get like, a return serve, but ultimately it doesn't really, there's no conversation to be had. It's just yelling at one another for entertainment's sake.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, when it's personal, it's something like you got to avoid, man. And I don't like that personal stuff, really. Like, at the end of the day, we're here for footballing reasons. That's why we all talk about football. That's why we do watch-alongs. That's why we do, cut out some things and we discuss the shows and all that stuff. But yeah, bro, it is what it is. But yeah, I just didn't like the way they spoke about Jess the other day, and I didn't like the way he spoke about Mo and Hussam, because they're the easiest targets because they don't live here. You know what I mean? And too much of it, because it's not the first time he did this to them. I think Hussam came in his channel once and tried to explain himself. Explaining himself very well, to be fair, if you looked at it.
Yes, remember the content thing.
Yeah, and I told him after, you don't need to do that, bro. Like, because this is what these guys want. They say to you they're not interested in this and that, but the whole point of it is to have controversial stuff in their shows and and all that stuff. That's what it is. Let's just be honest there. And the more views you get, the more money you get or whatever it is, and that's how they look at it. But yeah, at the end of the day, bro, I honestly think football is secondary nowadays. I don't think is the first thing people talk about anymore. It's all about, you know, the entertainment factor and doing a soap opera like Jerry Springer, like you just said. But yeah, I think like what you do, it makes it clearer when I watch your stuff, because you just clip it up and then you speak about it and you show everybody else, you know, the outcome of it. And I like that. I really do. Keep going though.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Because
No,
you got your own way of doing it. One day you're gonna see like 3 or 4 more people doing it. So that's how it is.
exactly. And I encourage it. I want people to do it because there's a greater conversation to be had. One, it creates a conversation, which creates more content, which means more people have something to do and speak about. The only thing is there is downside to that, where if you target someone specifically, now people might say I'm always on his case, but like Igal, bless Igal. He's coming to my streams. He even said to me yesterday, you deserve more subscribers. I'm like, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't cuss him out for the sake of cussing him out. It's like, it's a football thing. There's a conversation to be had. So whatever it is, right? Why are you always on his case? Blah, blah, blah. Because there's a conversation to be had there with interactions or a footballing opinion. Same with Lee, or if it's something from the Football Terrorists, or if it's Mo or Hassam, whoever it is, there's a conversation to be had. There's something that was said in between. That's the only, like, not only, but one of the negatives is it can move down that path where you start targeting one person only, and then your sole existence is only on that one person. That's the only downside to that, essentially. But if you have a broad spectrum and you watch a lot of content, you can hear conversations being said, or having a debate, who was the best footballer of the 90s. You might want to speak about that. I was around. I saw the 90s. I might say Ronaldo was. OG Ronaldo. Someone will say, nah, man, it was Vieri was the best striker in Italy at the time. It's like, well, I remember watching Vieri as well. But then everyone's going to forget. And there's a conversation to be had. There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
But there's an argument to be had with all this sort of stuff. It's good to see more people doing it, man. But look, I try to be as objective as I can. There is biases involved, like everything. But I mean, I can only give my opinion. If I'm honest, I'm honest. If you don't like it, that's fine. At least I was honest with myself enough to tell you what I thought.
Yeah, 100%. Let me ask you questions, bro. Like, how did you come about a Liverpool fan? Like, what made you a Liverpool fan?
Oh, Michael Owen, bruv. 1998. Michael Owen.
Wow.
Watching the World Cup, bruv. It's the maddest thing, though, because, like, you're growing up and, you know, footballing background, Eastern European football is our thing. You know, and all that. And then just, I remember watching I only knew Ronaldo. That's all I cared about. Ronaldo and David Beckham, to be fair. But I never was a fan of clubs. I just love watching them play. David Beckham with the hair and those Predators and the whip on the free kicks. And Ronaldo. Just everything about Ronaldo was just top tier. Right. And then I'm watching England, Argentina, and I've seen youngster, a little short kid, like what was he, 17 years old or 18 years old, whatever it was. He jumps on it and just scores his cracker goal. I'm like, no way, bro. What's madness? And then you watch the World Cup, and then you discover along the way who he plays for, and then you watch highlights on SBS here in Australia on Monday nights, and then you catch a little bit more and a little bit more, and then you start picking up more things, and you start watching whatever you can on TV, because we used to watch a lot of Serie A. Premier League wasn't really broadcast.
They had all the best players.
So, yeah. I watched a lot of Serie A, which is why I referenced Ronaldo, Vieri, Batistuta, Recoba. You know, you had goalkeepers, Pagliuca, you had the defense. You know what I mean? Like, I watched all that stuff. And then you start watching more and more, and the more you're exposed to it, and I just fell in love with the club. I just loved everything that they did. I remember the treble they won in 2001. I remember the Champions League and all that sort of stuff, and just stemmed from there, bro. And it's just been a love ever since, man. So one player can draw you to a team, bro. It's mad.
100%. That happens with everybody else. I was always a Liverpool fan, so ever since I could remember, you know what I mean? And my first time I watching Liverpool that I could understand. I always, you know, when you're a kid, you just watch football, but you go out and play in it. So I used to do that. But from 1987 onwards, I could just remember what I saw, and you know, watch from that time till now. Like, and when people ask me about Liverpool, it's like when we talk about, you know, the games and what we see right now, it's in sync. You know, you have that telepathic thing in it, like when you with your football club, you know when it's going right, you know when it's going wrong, you know what to say about it and all that stuff. That's how I feel whenever I speak about Liverpool. And majority of the time, it's true because I was the first one that said it. Like, what is our tactics? Like, what is the thing that everybody sees when we're watching Liverpool? And nobody can answer me that. I ask every Liverpool fan, and at the moment, what we're watching, and now everybody's asking the same questions. There's no pattern of play. There's no tactics towards games. We're all over the place, and it's something that you see and it's natural to you when you watch Liverpool Football Club. And when I speak about other football clubs on Judge Mo's channel, I don't watch a lot, Nick. I honestly don't. I wouldn't even lie to you. It's just a natural thing because I've been watching the Premier League since '92 till now. So I know what tactics Chelsea bring. I know what tactics Man United bring. I know what tactics, Man City bring. So it's just a natural thing. Like, if you have that in you, and I played the game, I coach professional players. Nobody even knows about that. I actually have coaching badges as well. And nobody knows about that either. I did the FA coaching badges. I did it in a lot of places, and nobody even knows that. So I don't really share my life, about football with everybody because they don't need to know. You know what I mean? You should be a football person by what you say, and if you like what the person says, then that's how it is, and that's how people draw towards you. And I enjoy it that way, bro. I don't want to be too much, giving too much away of my life. I just want people to like me for what I say about football, and that's how it goes for me, man. And as you said about Igal, listen, I don't know how often he watched football before, but I think he's a person that's just learning about football at the moment, and that's why he says controversial things. I don't know if he means a lot of it or a lot of it is acting, but listen, bless him, man, because he's entertaining, man. He's entertaining for what he does, and good luck to him, man. If it works out for him, if this is what he wants to do.
But what you said just then, like, just to stem it a little bit, everyone says things for entertainment and controversy's sake, like shout out to Hooks, doing the YouTube thing and all that sort of stuff, right? Yeah, I love, bro. Hooks' voice kills me, bro. That guy needs to be on proper radio or something like that, man.
Yeah.
It's more so like, look, this is the thing. I'm gonna have to head off soon. It's past my bedtime, quote unquote. Like, just hit midnight here, so it's Friday night, but it's all good. This is the thing though. We're fans. You have FA coaching badges, so you have more of a say, more authority over my input because you've actually done the work to actually be a proper coach. Whereas I'm an armchair pundit. I sit on the couch and I watch the games and I see what happens, and I'm annoyed at something. Why didn't he track back? Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? But ultimately, I'm just a fan. Like, you're also a fan. Like, Lee's a fan. Hassam's a fan. Hooks is a fan. We're all fans. I think it's come to a point, from what I've seen, where people are trying to be... I'm going to sound like a prick when I say this, but people are trying to be too smart for their own good in a way, where they want to sound like the intellectual. They know what they're talking about. And that's where you get the arguments and the controversy and the confrontation, because hang on a second, that's not what happened, this is what happened, no, this is what happened, blah blah, and they just start butting heads. And I think KG, the Man United fan, KG, I think he calls them scholarly dickheads or something like that. Like, they're using new terms like half space and left 8 and second 10 and all this other. Bro, that wasn't that. Like, it was just simple football talk. But ultimately, we're football fans. I think, as you said, it's changed from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, even 10 years ago. The discourse has changed. Yeah, it's changed. Now it's about who can either sound or be the smartest or have the most to say, as opposed to who's actually going to have a proper conversation, in terms of football. So when you jump on stream and you see people arguing with one another, it's always going to be because someone said, oh, but what are you winning this year? Oh, so what happened to your player? Oh, so you told me you were going to... That shit like that happens, and that's where you get the entertainment. That's where you get popcorn emojis and fireworks and all that sort of shit. And again, entertainment factor, cool, but there's no football conversation, and it's moved away from that. And I'll bring it back. We're all just fans at the end of the day, but we're all trying to sound better or more intellectual than what we maybe actually are. I know my place. I'm not that person, so I step back. That's why I don't do panel shows. I don't do discussions. That's not me. I like breaking down a conversation, something that's happened. That's what I find enjoyment in, and that's what I try to stick to.
Stick with it, bro. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, man. And everybody knows their place at the end of the day. You're spot on. Like, if you look at football, let me give you an example, bro, before you go. Football, our day, or my day, I'm 46. I'm going to be 47 in January. So our day was a mirror image of each other. Football now and the football fans of today is a mirror image of each other. You know what I mean? So if you get what I'm saying, it makes sense if you look at it. The way people act now and the football that we watch is a mirror image. Back in the day, we loved the game. It was the beauty of the game we loved. You know what I mean? And football was different. There was an art into the game. And that's what we followed. And that's what we took to the football pitches. And that's how we played, when the games finished, we used to go and, do things like the tricks the players used to do and things like that. That's how it was. It's just mirror images of each other. And like you said, in the modern day, you're spot on 1,000,000%, because I said it before. I think you need a degree nowadays to even talk about football. You know what I mean? It's like you might as well just open a university of football so you could have a degree in it, because this is how they call people on their shows. This guy talks, with proper, footballing knowledge and all that stuff, but they've never played the game in their life. I mean, if you haven't experienced the game in your life, so you don't even know how football feels in your body either. That's another thing as well, because I think the people that know football is the people that actually plays football, the people that did the coaching, the people that and they know what they're talking about at the same time. Like you just said, half space and all this stuff. What the hell is that? I don't know what the hell that is.
Well, modern terms, man.
Americanized nowadays, and people don't even know it. I'm sorry to say that. I know there's a lot of good American football people out there, but that's what they've become. The beauty of the game doesn't exist anymore. It's all more. It's all like Americanized. We're talking about stats. We're talking about this, and we're talking about that. What about the eye test? Like, why don't you go and watch football? How I judge a footballer is what I see. You know what I mean? I'll come back and watch him again, see what he could do differently. If he's doing the same thing, then I don't think the player is as good as what I thought he was. But when I go back and I see different things, and then keep judging him, like give him a few more times, and then and the players improve, that I could see he could do more things on the pitch, then I'll say, you know what, this guy, I could work with him and all that stuff. But in the modern day, they just give you stats, and then they say to you, the analytics team is gonna, judge players on that. No, you don't. You got to watch players, man. That's the whole point that's the beauty of the game. That's how the greatest players of all time have been judged. That's why we still talk about R9, like you said. That's why we still talk about Maradona, because they've been watched, and then they became the players that they were. All this stat business and all this stuff, like, man, it ain't for me, man. It ain't for me. But yeah,
it is what it is. Yeah, stats. They say like stats, back the eye test, and the eye test backs the stats.
Let me say something to you before you go on, bro.
Yeah, bro.
One time I was in a show with Judge, bro. They were talking about Cole Palmer. That's it. He's got the greatest stats, and all that stuff. This is before Florian Wirtz came to Liverpool and all that stuff. Cole Palmer is a better player and all that stuff. But even though Florian Wirtz has won the league in Germany, invisible, did all that damage over there, they were already judging them together because of the stats. Cole Palmer is better. And I said, well, Zidane had the worst stats in football. You know what I mean?
Zidane's a great. Zidane's a great.
Yeah, Cole Palmer's got better stats than Zidane if you look at it from a point of view, goals and all that stuff and assists. If you match them against each other, is Cole Palmer better than Zidane? They also don't. So why are we discussing stats on that? Do you get what I'm saying? You can't judge players in stats. It's a simple fact.
I get it, man. Yeah, we remember Zidane for the tricks that he did, the intellect that he had, little flicks and tricks and passes and stuff like that. No one cares about the stats of how many passes he made or how many, what do you call it? Yeah, rainbow turns and whatnot. Like Zidane we watched Zidane. I watched Zidane. You watched everyone. Like I'm in my late 30s. Like we watched Zidane. You got 10 years on me, but we watched Zidane. We know what he was about. We know what plays in the 90s were about as well. Football is not the same. It always changes. You're telling me that football now is worse than football in the 60s or the 50s when they were playing on dirt pitches and running around with boots that probably weigh as half the body? Come on, bro. Leather balls. Like it's all relative, man. Sports science has progressed. Footballers get paid lots and lots of money. They get the best nutrition. They get the best fitness. They get everything like that. Injuries still happen. Players still break down. At the end of the day, we're still human living organisms, yeah? We're not cybernetic, as Schwarzenegger said in Terminator. We're living human beings. Erling Haaland, as much as a machine he's still a human being. He will break down eventually at some point, and Man City will have to deal with it. Liverpool will have injuries with players. City will, Chelsea will have, everyone has injuries. As good as things are, we're still human beings. We're not robots. Football has to change and adapt. And as that changes and adapts, everyone else changes their view on football as well, based on what they see. And because it's so good now, because you can have instant recoveries and players are not out for as long, and the sports science is there, and they should be able to back it up and play every 3 days. Sorry, man, they're still human beings, bro. It's not possible.
Bro, like you look at the old football, you know what I mean? There was no nutrition. There was no doctors coming on the pitch or anything like that.
Drink beer after games, bro.
Remember the magic sponge?
Put that bit of water on you, get back on the pitch.
On a broken leg and then you get back, mate. You know what I mean? Come on, man. This is what they used to do back in the day. Nowadays, you get a broken toenail or you're out for about 5 months. I allow that shit. But before you go though, bro, Nick, where do you stand with the season so far, bro? Where do you stand with the Arne Slot?
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a madness, man. Like, I don't know. I've never been one to say manager out like you. I've never been one to do that. I let the thing run its course. Like, I might have an opinion and say,
yeah, that's what.
I have an opinion on it. Like, four losses all of last season, and 3 of them came, I think, once you had already wrapped the league up effectively, and you're thinking to yourself, we've had 5 already. I'm like, and people still want to persist with this. But I haven't seen anything to say, oh, there is a change now. Okay, he's moving on from this donut midfield and having long balls over the top and stuff like that. Shout out to everybody. I'm looking at it now. It's like you have the team at your disposal. We spent 400 plus mil in the summer to be better than last season. How can you regress so badly, so quickly, and not think that there is an issue with the coaching or an implementation on the squad? Like I said, I'm not a tactician. I don't know these things, but I know that the players are better than 8th. I know the players are better than 6 losses in 8 games or whatever it is. 8 losses in 18, bruv. That's not who we are, what we were last season, bruv. It's the maddest thing, man. I don't get it. The players are there. We spent money to invest. Let's start using that. I'm not buying this. Alisson is out, therefore we've been poor at the back. We don't have Isak, so therefore when Isak was fit, he went scoring goals. So that there's a problem there, bruv. We need to be more solid, bruv. For me, it's just defensive solidity. It's like Tottenham fans want to say, oh, we play boring football. Bruv, you finished 17th last year playing gung-ho football. Allow it, man. You need a structure to get back in it again. Liverpool as well. Start with the basics, bruv. 4 defenders, a DM, a 2 mid, whatever it's going to be, someone protecting the back line and not being so gung-ho up the pitch, because that's how we've been done over 8 times already this season. And people want to say it's all calm, it's all good and well. I don't know, man. I hope he changes.
Do you think with the new players, what do you think of how he used the new players? Because what I said was, Nick, he put them, he threw them under the bus straight away. I honestly think that. I think, in my opinion, what he should have done is slowly integrate them into the team instead of like doing it straight away. For example, Kirkes from Bournemouth, 21 years old. You tried him out in the beginning, didn't work out. Take him back out, as you did with Robertson. Not him, but as we did with Robertson before. Slowly see when he can, like, he'll be ready. Because players get frustrated when they're in and out of the team. Eventually, they're gonna realize, wow, I've got to start performing on a consistent basis. Otherwise, then I could keep my position. Then I don't have to come out in and out of the team. Same with Florian Wirtz as well. He's 22, 21 when he joined. He's not working out. The physicality of the league is too much for him. He's struggling. What do? You take him out. You put him back in. Like I said, the same thing. When you keep doing that to players, eventually they're going to say, I got to start performing because I'm sick and tired of coming in and out of the team. And then they will start performing. But to me, like, this is what he should have done with these guys. Now we're seeing like these poor guys getting, absolutely annihilated by everybody, around football. Not just, rival fans. Even our own fans are calling them out, saying they're shit, they're not good enough, they need to go back to their clubs and all that stuff. So that's what I said. Slowly, you already got the core team over there, Nick. You got the team that won in the Premier League. If you started in the beginning of the season with a solidity factor, imagine where we could be right now, because the defense was there, the midfield was there, and the attack was there. Attack is improved actually because Ekitike started scoring goals. Rest in peace, Jota. But and we could have just at least been in a better position instead of like scoring last minute goals and all this stuff, and then hoping this is gonna last. It was never sustainable, Nick. You know that, bro. Eventually, it catches up with you. Other teams done it to us. It started like that, and we started losing games, and then we couldn't recover after that. And then he started making substitutions at 60th minute, like 4 players coming on the pitch, Nick. How can 4
Mm.
players come on the pitch and straight away gel? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, nah,
Do it 2 by 2 or 1
that's
by 1 or something. So what do you think
yeah,
about the way he moved?
yeah. I mean, in hindsight, it is better to see there now. Like Klopp's whole thing was like bring players in there, and then you're not going to see their best until mid-season. Fabinho was bought, barely saw him play until December, January, if that. Robertson again, slow integration. All these other players didn't really start straight away. And in hindsight, now you're probably thinking, you know what, we should have kept. Obviously, the right back situation is the one obvious change that should have occurred, but you had one there from last season, Connor Bradley. He was injured. Cool, fair enough. Okay, we got Frimpong. Start Frimpong, which I think he did, if I'm not mistaken. And then the midfield could have still been. But again, McAllister was injured. What do you do? Well, we had Jones. Put Jones in there. No, don't rate Jones. We put Elliott on loan for some reason. I would have rather have kept Elliott, but again, whatever. But
bench, he was.
yeah, would have had players there we can use. Putting Verts straight into the mix as well. In hindsight, now you're thinking maybe it wasn't the best idea. But again, like, what were we to do? Ekitike, we needed a focal point. Diaz had gone. Gakpo was on the left. On the right, you're going to start Salah after last season. Who knew we were going to be talking about Salah the way we're talking about his form now? In hindsight now, you look at it like maybe there was too much too quick. And maybe that's, I don't know if you want to call it arrogance, or if you're thinking that maybe, or stubbornness, or like, it's going to work straight away because I believe in my tactics. I believe in the football I want to play. This will work. But we've seen 8 times this season, it hasn't worked. And it's not like, we were done by a counter-attack after we've had 10 shots on goal, hit the post 5 times, and the keeper had a blinder. We've had 1 shot on target all game, and we've had 3 counter-attacks, and we've conceded 2 goals from that. And we've had plenty of other chances where the balls have gone over the top, played through our midfield quickly. That's an issue. Like, I'll leave you with this, yeah? When we were under Klopp, and I hate going back to Klopp because it's gone now, but just to hit the point, under Klopp, we would concede first to the one opportunity that would go against us. That was the only opportunity the opposition saw that for the game. We go on to win 2-3-1, whatever it is, or whatever, you know what I mean? There was a whole thing. Don't score against Liverpool because they're going to come and beat you anyways. Just lay down and let them do it, sort of a thing, right? Now, we're conceding with the first shot against us, and with the second shot, and with the third shot, and we're not doing anything in the opposite direction, bro. And when we are doing it, it's too late in the game. We're already pretty much down and out. This isn't Klopp ball of 2016 to outscore opposition anymore, bro. That's not the team that we are now. We can't do that. We shouldn't be doing that, at least. So I want to go back to the football where if you had one opportunity, if you were lucky, if it was a great shot or something, you ended up scoring, but there was a consolation goal. We were Liverpool already in the lead. I don't want to see our goalkeeper facing 4 or 5 shots, 10 shots a game, and conceding 3, 4, 5 big chances, bruv. That should not be happening, bruv. You should not be able to concede 1 big chance, let alone have a shot on target against us, bruv. That's what I want to see us again at.
No, we're appalling, bro. Like you just said, the first goal we concede, it's over. The game is over, and it doesn't even matter if we get an equalizer either. It's still over.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. I don't know if you saw Don Hussam's channel recently when I was on it, when they were asking me about the Man City game. I said, everybody's crying about the penalty and all that stuff. And sorry, the Van Dijk goal. I said, even if we got that was it equalizer? It was an equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, it would have been equalizer.
Even if we got an equalizer, we wouldn't have won that game. And they asked me, why do you think that? There was a penalty before that. We saved that penalty. That's the moment you wake up. Everybody has to wake up, and we still didn't wake up after that penalty. So what makes you think getting an equalizer is going to wake us up when we had games before that? We got an equalizer and we still lost. For example, Man United at home. Do you remember what Gary Neville said? Do you remember what he said during the commentary? He said, even though Liverpool got the goal back, I still believe we're going to nick this. What happened? Nick the game. So there's no fighting. There's no fight left in this team. The tactics are appalling. The head coach substitutions are appalling. I've said that even yesterday and the day before. I reminded people. I asked them that question. What the question was, Nick? At what moment, as a head coach, do you realize things are not going right in the game?
And that's the problem. That's the point. That's what everyone's criticism is that I've, seen over time. It's like last season you were being applauded, tactical genius. He's seen something 10 minutes in, make a change. He saw something. Okay, we're gonna do this. He pulled down Ten Hag's pants live on TV after we beat him 3-0, and he got the reverse done to him. Now he had his pants pulled down because they saw how easy we were. Amarim said, yep, through ball over the top, easy, done, thank you very much, thanks for coming. What a change up, bruv. What a mad 180, bruv. And this is what people say. I've seen him do it. I believe he can do it again. Okay, yeah. I've seen him do it as well, but I haven't seen him do it in 2 or 3 months now. Some will say longer than that. I know there's the likes of like Jamie or Das and them, their K-Mac as well. It's been happening since January, going on holidays early and stuff like that. In hindsight now, like...
What I said yesterday about that, Nick, is there was some point the players were going to be tired in the second half of the season. And not only that, teams change anyway. Teams are more defensive. They've got to fight relegation, and, you know, they've got to fight for a position in the league. The higher you finish, the more money you get, and then you Europa Leagues and, you know, the Champions League spot. So it was always going to be difficult in the second phase of the season, and the team tired because we only played with the same 11 throughout the freaking season because you couldn't trust Nunez and Curtis Jones and all these guys eventually. So it was always going to be going down from there. But sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was going to change and stuff like that. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, what happens now? Like, yeah, the change up has been mad. If you are that tactically adept and you can see these things, why are we still seeing issues that everyone else can see? We should not be. It's such a gaping hole in the midfield there for Liverpool. They're getting ran through. Throw bodies in the midfield, bruv. It's not difficult. Persisting with this, I don't understand, bruv. That's a good shout from Footy Reacts as well, by the way.
Listen, this one, like, we do support the football club, but we've got to ask questions. You know what I mean? Why are we losing as we're the current champions? Not only the current champions, we've improved from last season with the players that we brought in. You know what I mean? So we have to ask questions. If you had spending $500 million on the team, then and you're not getting better, why can't we ask questions for that? That's the whole point. That's why we debate. We're not going to be like AFTV like everybody else saying we are, but we're more. I think in our fan base, I think we're more mature, we're more knowledgeable, we're more, you know, calmer than Arsenal fans, in my opinion, anyway. It's just asking questions like, how can you go from champions to this, what we're watching? We're 8th in the league, guys. We're behind Man United. We're behind Sunderland. I mean, we're behind.
But it's only 8 points. It's only 8 points. A few results here and there, bruv. I don't see us getting a win against Forest, let alone scoring a 9-game winning streak, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Anyways, that's it for I to head off, bruv. I appreciate the chat, man. Appreciate it.
Let me know. I mean, if you ever want to come on, you're always welcome, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Shout out, love one. Shout out to the chat. Like the stream. Big up Fozzie every single time. Peace out, boys. I'll catch us. Thank you very much.
Take it, brother. Big up, Nick, man. Appreciate he was on, guys. Honestly, appreciate he was on. Good guy, man. He knows what he's doing, man, and his channel. Go and subscribe to him. I'm going to put the link on the channel as we go on. But I want to speak about, obviously, Chris Khan and his takes and Monts and all that stuff, because it became like, you know, I want to call him out kind of thing to a kumbaya afterwards. And as I said, I don't really agree with Chris Khan the way he speaks. You know what I mean? Like, he's a safe guy, man, and I'm not all about that, especially for an older fan. We normally share our feelings. We normally, you know, express our feelings in a way that we care about the football club, not because we want to be something in and around the football club. So I got to say less kind of attitude. Nah, man, you don't work like that. But keeps chatting, man, and I will come on to that, man. So let me bring it up. Sorry about that. Somewhere here. There you go. There you go. Yeah, big up, Nick, by the way, man. Appreciate you coming on, bro. Well, it's just a little chat. It's not all, I'm not going to watch the whole show. Don't worry about that, guys. It's when he speaks and all that stuff. And let's see what they're saying.
To still change things. I still believe he has the awareness to do that. His capabilities are tactically, I respect it.
He's talking about,
but I feel like regardless of that, he's still refusing to do it. That's my problem. When you know you have the ability to do something and you're still refusing to do it, it's even more of a slap in the face. Because it's like you're trying to uphold your beliefs in your style more than probably what's best for the club. And I'm not saying he has to change his complete identity and sacrifice everything for the badge of Liverpool, which isn't that bad, actually, to be fair. But I'm not saying he has to do that. I actually believe it doesn't need a full-on formation change. There's too much quality in this Liverpool side for for there have to be a complete complete overhaul in the tactics. I actually think certain tweaks in certain areas would make us a very good side again. Now, it might not make us the best side in England automatically, but we just go back to being a very good side. If Liverpool were just a very good side and weren't top of the league, I don't think the fan base would be segregated the way that's been. I don't think we see the uproar that they've been. I don't think we see the boxing of other fans from other fans that we've seen. And as I said, like, I'm gonna address it here and now, obviously, because I did have something to say the other day, and I feel like it's time to say that now. And I'm not in a disrespectful way, but as I said, some of the stuff that I saw you say, it just really didn't sit right with me. And obviously, this is all stuff due to Liverpool being poor. It's not just everyone always had these thoughts.
Say what you're gonna say, bro.
Fan base is being pulled apart by what we're seeing on the pitch, off the pitch, and as I said, like, I have to address these things because I'll say it from now, Grizz. Yes, obviously I've spoken about it, bro, but I see you, and I said this to Hammers as well. So it's not like me and Hammers have spoken about this. You guys are, for me, the voice of the people in Liverpool, innit? You're the voice of the people. Do you get it? You're the voice of the people. So when you man say stuff, yeah, like it's.
You see, he is the voice of the people, but the people that follow him, that admire him, you know what I mean? As a fan, I'm talking about Grizz, guys. Like, he's not my voice, you know what I mean? I don't really share anything remotely close to what he thinks about football. Nothing. He's just a fan to me, like that, you know, that says good things, and that is it. I don't share anything that he does with Liverpool Football Club. What I've noticed with him is he's good within his environment. When he steps out of that with the other Liverpool fans, that's when he starts struggling as a you know, football fan, and that's his weakest side, I think, as a football fan as well. He's not truthful. I like fans that's truthful to the football club. I don't think this guy is a truthful fan of Liverpool Football Club, because the way he calls out people, the way he conducts himself like he's the Don or something like that, it's not the way, man. You know what I mean? It's not the way, mate. You got to respect everybody's opinions at the end of the day, and writing stuff on Twitter about, you know, how we're supposed to support our football club. It's not the way either. I don't tell people how to support Liverpool Football Club. It's up to them the way they want to support Liverpool Football Club. I mean, and I'm not always going to be positive. I'm not always going to be positive. I will be negative. I will be in between, if you know what I mean. So that's how you're supposed to support your football club. I've never seen a person happy 24/7. Even I'm telling you guys, even if we get relegated, he'll still be positive about it. That's how I see him when I'm watching him. I went on his channel once, and this is the time we were struggling, and FSG were doing some dodgy things, and I was just asking him about FSG, and he started, you know, crying about it, saying, "Wow, we talk about FSG again and all this stuff." So, wow, bro, you're doing a calling show. Someone's asking you a question about FSG. You reply to that with the you know, utmost. But yeah, that's how he is, guys. He's 24 positive fan. He will never say anything negative about, you know, our current state. Before that, you know what I mean, and anything else. I'm not all about that. That's not truthful. That's lying to yourself as a football fan. And this is like, eventually, I like the way Monts is talking, but it becomes like a kumbaya afterwards. But he doesn't represent me. He will never represent me. So I'm sorry, guys. Like, that kind of fan, not for me, man. I know what his game is, and it's nothing to do with being a truthful fan. He just wants to be a reporter around Liverpool Football Club. And then that's how it is. That's how I look at it from my point of view.
There's vibrations in it, like, you get it, it reverberates. And obviously, I'm not saying you can't have free speech. Say what you want and how you want to say it. As I said, but the stuff that you said or that you tweeted or whatnot, I'm not the only one who feels that was a bit out of line, because I feel like when you talk about accusing other man or saying, you know, the AFTV approach, I feel like that can apply to at least 3/4 of the man on this panel right now. It doesn't matter if I'm the only one who said something. That applies to 3/4 of the other man. And for me, personally, as I said, that is coppish. It could be Hassan. I'm not saying you mentioned any of these names, and I don't think you intentionally actually went, boom, these are the man I'm talking about. But you doubled down on what you said. You said you didn't care about how it was perceived. And that to me is mad, because I've spoken to you one-to-one. I met you one-to-one. You probably met everyone here one-to-one at some point, or spoken at some point, or collaborated at some point, or even helped the man them at some point. I'm not even saying that you haven't helped me. like at one point. So for you to then go and almost kind of generalize that large parts of the Liverpool fan base that are on YouTube, which is pretty much everyone on this panel, to reduce that to the AFTV approach. And by the way, I'm not even shading AFTV. What I'm saying is that if someone is doing something for clicks, you kind of have to meet that looks like they're doing something for their own personal gain, regardless of what's happening with their club. Their own personal gain supersedes what they want for their club. It almost becomes more important than winning. Now, if you're doing content and it's more important than Liverpool winning, now you're questioning a man's integrity. I'm not saying you're questioning my integrity, but to paint a part of the fan base with that brush, for me, it applies to too many men that you've done work with. And it applies to too many men that are on this panel right now. And I'm not saying you meant it. I don't think you meant it like aggressively or anything like that. I think it was just that boom, like you just don't want to talk about Liverpool when they're losing and that. But you've been on YouTube longer than everyone here to know that numbers are just a byproduct of us when we're playing bad. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't, it really didn't sit right with me because, as I said, you're one of the OGs out here. And as I said that,
he could be an OG, but it doesn't mean he's representing all of us. And I'm saying, like, he's got his own agendas. Let him have his own agendas. Simple as that. I'm not all about him. It doesn't do for me anyway, man. I never was, never will be, even in the future, man. Nah. I don't know why people have to have to be around him trying to like be his friend. Nah, man. Let that guy go, man. Bun that guy, man. All right, lads, make this continue. The downfall is great. Malcolm, good luck, bro. Good luck, my friend. I know, like your banter, but it is what it is. As long as Everton is not top of me, I'm fine. Tom Husam, clarify the streamer. Let me just see what it's saying there. Can't see it, bro. Okay. Buddy, like we say, not sure we needed attacking fullbacks with all the firepower we have. I don't think he went down the route of attacking fullbacks, bro. Like, I think people misunderstand that. I think that what Arne Slot needed is something that complements the players that we have, if you know what I mean, and with a bit more, positioning, because the fullbacks that we had before, they were the creative spark of the team. Robertson, of course, I think he's got the most creativity in the Premier League, along with Trent. The reason they were there because they were the creative spark of the team. That fell to the way. So what he needed to do is get some energetic fullbacks into the team. Use Kerkez similar to Robertson, but he's got a lot of energy going up and down that left. And then you got Frimpong, although like he's good going forward, but he'll be good, when you were going back the other way as well, defending for the team at the same time as well because of his power and pace. Use him like more like Kyle Walker kind of player. That's what I said. That's how I think the way he wanted to go. But unfortunately, obviously, with the injuries with Frimpong and Kerkez's form, it didn't work to the direction that he wanted to work that to, because I honestly think he played them too early. I think if he slowly integrated into the team, they would have been better players. Because when you, like I said to Nick, when you're taking the players in and out of the team, there is a breaking point at some stage. The players are gonna say, you know what, I've had enough of this. I got to freaking start performing, so I'll stay in the team. And he didn't even give them that. He already put them, in the limelight, and it's just backfired, unfortunately. But I think we've got the right fullbacks under the right way of integrating them with the team. I think they'd be fine, man. I don't think they're as bad as what they look. It's just the head coach is all over the place. So if you're talking about the fullbacks only, what about the rest of the team? The rest of the team is not performing. There's no one player outside Dominic Szoboszlai and Alisson can say this season they've been phenomenal. There you go. So it's majority of the team. It's not just like the fullbacks. It's everything that's around it. They don't even play majority of the time now. And we're still facing the same stuff. We're easy to get at. We've got no aggression. Like what Doku was doing the other day. What he needed is someone giving him one hell of a tackle. Hurt him some way, somehow. But without getting a red card, of course. That will end his dribbling. that fear factor will set in him, and he will never do that again. That's what we used to do, but we ain't got that anymore. We've got too many players who are just nice on the pitch. They're nice off the pitch. As you saw at the end of the game, they were cuddling. They were like best friends, not angry. This is what we do. This Liverpool Football Club, that's what we are. We're just a nice football club. We haven't got no aggressive side in our bone. We've got Van Dijk. That's the leader we've got at the moment, that's just calm as you like, even off the pitch. He's not even angry when we lose games. Oh, we've got to get better. Oh, we've got to keep repeating the same stuff. What happened to, I love clean sheets? What happened to that? Yeah, so Arne Slot's got like, he's got like, after international football, he's got to go and think about what we have to do right now. So after international football, we could like implement it. Go solid. Be hard to beat. Make sure you don't concede goals. Then the attack will come together. Maybe you just do what Klopp used to do back in the day. Everybody defend, give the front three the ball, let them sort it out. Maybe that's all we've got to do. Because I want clean sheets. I want a better defending in our game. Bit of defending at least. We don't even do that. It's like Nick said, we can see the first goal and this game over every single time that we play. It doesn't matter the opponent, if it's from the bottom to the top. Guys, we struggled against Burnley away, man. Burnley away, who everybody's predicting is going to get relegated. Parker's team. McDonald's boy. His team. We scored in the last minute of the game because of a penalty of a kid putting his arm up. Come on, man. We've got to be serious here, man. We've got to be serious. I can't sit here and people telling me, oh, you're an enemy of the football club because you're being negative. No, we're being realistic. We should not be in this position. We was 5 points clear at one stage. Now we're 8 points behind. What kind of nonsense is that? How do you accept that? We're Liverpool Football Club. We're not just a media team, like coming from bottom side of the table. We're Liverpool Football Club. We have to act like Liverpool Football Club, which is the best of the best, cream of the crop, the third best team in Europe, along with Bayern Munich. Come on, man. We've got to be serious here. All this stuff like, what's happened to the badge and all this stuff. We still don't believe in the badge. We still expect standards at this football club because that's what we are. That's our DNA. I know you new young people, don't know the successful Liverpool of the past, but you know Bill Shankly. Bill Shankly is the greatest thing that ever happened to Liverpool, and he was only interested in winning. He even called our football club like at Anfield, this looks like a toilet, and I need to change things. And he did for the better for the football club. We're still the only team in this English league that dominated Europe and the Premier League at the same. So the first division at the time at the same time. No other club could hold a claim to that. No, even Man United can't hold a claim to that. They've never dominated Europe. Like they only won 3. They've never dominated the league and European football. Come on, man. We've got to be serious here. Like, hold your club to the standards that's like up there with Real Madrid and everybody else, because that's what we are. We get bullied, people, for transfers, Real Madrid, they know who the club, who's the most scariest club to them. It's Liverpool, always. What do? They always unsettle our players. They don't go to Arsenal. They don't go to Man City. They don't go to Chelsea. They don't go to Man United. They don't go to Tottenham. They don't go to anybody else. It's always Liverpool Football Club. They try to get their players. Why? Because they see us as the threat. That's how high we are as a football club. And this is why I keep telling you, hold your club to the highest standards as a football club. Because once you drop off that and start, saying, if you don't support us now, if you don't support us when we're losing, don't support us at all these quotes from Bill Shankly. I've never heard him say that. If someone could show me a video that him saying that, then I'll say, you know what? I'll put my hands up. There's nothing like that. Whenever I hear Bill Shankly, it's about winning. Whenever I hear about Bob Paisley, it's about winning. Kenny, winning. Joe Fagan, winning. Even Benitez and all that stuff. Klopp. Gerard Houllier. You know what I mean? Before that. It's all about winning. Since Bill Shankly, there's only 2 managers that's never won a trophy. And that's the 2 worst ever managers that we ever had. Brendan Rodgers and Roy Hodgson. That's the only two that's never won a trophy. The rest of them have won trophies, even Arne Slot. That means trophies are guaranteed at this football club continuously. Doesn't matter the manager. And this is what I keep telling you. Hold your club to the highest standards, because once you start talking like, below that, that's what you become, and it's hard to get out of that. Wake up, everybody, man. Stop asking questions while we're negative. It's not negative. It's asking questions. How can we improve? And what can't we improve? Why are we here, 8th in the Premier League when we was champions last season? That's unacceptable, man. Come on, man. Got to be realistic here. Maybe Southampton is the level Liverpool is at. The team won and Isak scored. It is what it is, bro. Yeah, big up to the new people. Thank you, Footy Reacts, man. Big up, my guy. Hope you're doing well, Fuzzy. Yeah, I'm on streams every day, my friend. I've been trying my best. I've been trying my best, man. I can't even see that properly. Let me see. Authenticity. Otherwise, watch Redmond TV. We need offers. Yeah, I don't watch Redmond TV, bro. They're one of the worst, man. They're one of the worst. I'm telling you. Don't bother, man. They're all about Liverpool being positive even when we lose. Even we're under this nonsense we're at right now, they'll still be positive. Don't bother with them, man. Hit the likes from Nick. Fozzie, don't worry. You're Scouse from Toxtis. LOL. Thank you very much, bro. I'm not Scouse, but it is what it is. I know, bro. I know they're trying to chat because they got the new stadium. They think they're all that now, Everton. Yeah, even the new stadium ain't gonna save you. You're more closer to the River Mersey than staying up. So maybe if we could just push that stadium to the river, then you could just disappear and be gone. We're definitely losing something down the flanks. Yeah, there's no dribble, bro. There's no dribbling from our wingers. Our wingers are the weakest thing in the team right now. Because normal circumstances, the wingers are the ones who get you out of trouble. And when you need the ball to be up there, up the other side of the pitch, they are the ones who normally hold on to it. But we haven't even got that. I mean, all of us will be complaining about Diaz. How we wish he was still here. It's scary, man. It's absolutely scary. Everybody's blaming certain players and all that stuff. I think it's completely wrong. I think it's the head coach that's got struggling here, guys. I honestly think that. I honestly think it's the head coach that's struggling. And if that Man City didn't wake up everyone, I don't know what can wake you up. Honestly, I really don't know. Big up, buddy lad, my guy. What are you saying? Best performance have been at home to Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. Away from us, shooting lost 4 games. If we can't beat our next 5 games, I'm done. Bro, it's the easiest fixtures you can get, the next 5 games. If we don't win any of them, and it's the way it looks, it will be a struggle, because it doesn't matter who we face, we're still going to be struggling. I don't know what to say anymore, man. We've got Nottingham Forest at home, West Ham away, Sunderland at home, Leeds away, Brighton at home, Tottenham away, Wolverhampton at home, Leeds United at home, Fulham away. Then we've got Arsenal, then we've got Burnley, then we've got Bournemouth away. Look at the fixtures, man. Newcastle at home. These are the type of games. If you told me last season, I said we've won the league. We've won the league already, I said. I will say to you. But we can't even do anything. We're struggling against. It doesn't matter if it's Burnley or Arsenal at the top. We'll be struggling. Yeah, man. As I said, he needs to go back to the drawing board. He's got time now. I've heard he's going and watched the under 21s, I believe, and he asked them to play a certain formation with 3 at the back, which I don't like anyway. But it is what it is. At least he's willing to change, and he's gonna probably implement it into the first team. So let's wait and see when he gets back, man. Let's wait and see. Yeah, man. Madness, absolute madness. Let me see what he's saying. Sorry about that. I'm just looking at the comments here, guys. Madness to say we are the best team in England, but when we are not playing to that standards, fans don't want to call it out. Strange that one, bro. Strange that one. Yeah. That's something that's normal with Liverpool Football Club in the modern day, bro. They just don't want to call anything out. They think we have to be doing kumbayas and holding hands. It's crazy. Big up for the subscribers. Like, I think some people would, in general, are toxic, bro. It's just exposed on YouTube. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I just don't understand how people allow other people to talk to people like that. You're hiding behind the computer. You know what I mean, say it to their face if you're brave enough. I don't think there's people brave out there anymore, man. I think everything is a mess. Yeah, as I was saying about obviously this video here, when I was listening to Mons, I thought he was gonna, you know, have a guy, but it ended up like kumbaya afterwards. I love you back, man. Come over here, let's hug. That's what it became, unfortunately. But yeah, listen, Grizz ain't gonna change for anybody. But guys, I gotta go because I might be doing a stream later on with someone you saw on the stream when I had the other graphic. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later on, I think. Yeah, hopefully. Big up, everybody. Let me just see what we're saying. Foz, did you see Klopp confirm as World Cup? I didn't even know. Commentator, so if Slot did get sacked, Klopp ain't coming. I don't know. I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. I've never seen that, Callum. We'll wait and see it. All right, guys. I'll probably see you later on. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Appreciate everybody that's come on. Appreciate Nick as well. Please go subscribe to Nick. His link is, it'll be underneath this stream right here in the description. And if you want to chat, go down below and chat to me. It doesn't matter what football club you're from now. It's everybody. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you soon, guys.